Welcome to Google Sheet tutorial. Today I'll teach you how I upgraded my to-do list tracker in Google Sheet. So with the help of this to-do list tracker, you'll be able to track all your activities, whatever you need to do, and also you can try to say whether it's going to be in progress or we have completed it, and whether it's overdue or you have completed it previously. So you'll be able to track all your activities completely, and it also comes with a complete dashboard. So first I'll show you how this to-do list tracker is going to look like. So here is how my to-do list tracker will look like. So here I have the required graphs at the top. So what is the today's date, how many is overdue and how many is due today. And then also I'll be able to see some important graphs, how many is closed, how many is pending, and then what are the pending by priority, like high priority, normal or low priority, and whether it's how many is overdue, not due, and due today. So below this one, I have the complete table to give my task and give the tags. Like I can have some different tags, like whether it's personal duties, work duties, gym, entertainment, and what is going to be start date, what is the deadline for that particular task, and how many days is left, and what is going to be the priority of this task, what is the status, and who is the person in charge for that. And if any comments is there, we can just try to give it over here, and then the overdue status also we'll get it. So I'll teach you from scratch how to create this particular to-do list tracker. Let's get started. I open a new Google spreadsheet and then I'll go and name the sheet as to-do list tracker. So at the top, I'll have the complete title. So I'll select these complete cells. I'll merge center. So here I'll say to-do list, and then I can just increase the size of this, and then I'll make this bold and I'll do the required formatting. Also, I'll fill this with this color. So at the top, I'll give some space for my dashboard to be there and the required graphs, whatever we need to have. So I'll just give some space at the top. So I'll come below and then I'll try to create the required table. So here, first, I'm going to have the task listed. So I'll just try to increase the width of this particular column. And then here, let me try to select this. And then I'll merge center. So here, let's say I'm going to list down my task. Next, I'll have what is going to be the tag over here, and next I'll have the start date and the deadline date. So we can just try to go and adjust these columns according to our table. So also I'll try to completely merge all these titles, two cells together. I'll just try to merge it. And next we'll have the days left from today. So like how many days is left to complete that particular task. And next I have what is going to be the priority. Next I'll have the status. So whether it's completed or it's in progress, so that status I'll have. So next I'll have the person in charge. So who's going to be the person in charge for this particular task. And next I'll have the comment. So if any comments regarding this particular task, if you want to add, I can just have it over here. And the last is going to be the overdue status. So I'll try to merge these two cells together for all the title, complete title column. So I'll completely select the entire title column over here, and then let me do the formatting. So I'll increase the size, make this bold, and also I'll fill this with this color, and let's make this center aligned. So here is my complete table. So I'll just try to adjust these columns. So this is going to be my complete table. So here what I can do is I can try to list down all my tasks, whatever task I have over here. So first let me try to list down some of my tasks. Let's say the first task is going to be send an email to my manager. So this is going to be my one of the first tasks which I'm going to enter. Next is I can say like buy medicines. So this can be one of my tasks. And then next task is I can say, so hit the gym. And next task can be complete the video editing. So like this, I can just try to list down all my tasks over here. So next is we are coming to the tags. So for each and every task, I can have a particular tag. Like the tag can be whether it's going to be a personal task, or it's going to be whether a work related task, or whether it's going to be some other like exercise related to exercises or hitting the gym. So that we can have some tags for all our tasks. So for to do this one, I'm just trying to go and I'll try to insert a drop down. So I'll say drop down. So the first option, let's have it as personal. So personal task, and the second option is going to be work task. So these are the work tasks we can have. And next, let's say it's going to be related to gym or exercise. That's going to be the third category. So if you want, we can have other tasks like entertainment. So this is going to be the complete drop down for this particular column. So I'll select this and then I'll just drag this completely over here. So here, let's say send an email to my manager. It's going to be a work related task. Buy medicine is going to be a personal task. And then hit the gym is going to be gym. And then complete the video editing. Let's say it's going to be work related task. So I have added the tags for each and every task over here. Now let me try to have the start date and deadline for each and every task. So let's say send an email to the manager. Let's say it's going to be on August 19th, 2025. So this is going to be a start date, and let's say I want to complete the task in the same day. Right. So I'll say 19th August 2025. So I want to just complete that in the same day. Next is buy medicines. So let's say that is going to be on 20th August 2025, and I want to do it on the same day. So I'll say 20th August 2025, and then hit the gym. Let's say it's going to be for 19th August 2025, and then I want to do that on the same day. So for next task, complete the video editing. Let's say there's going to be a lot of work. So I'll say the start date is going to be 19th August 2025, and the ending is going to be 30th August 2024. Let's say, so there's going to be like 10-12 days of deadline to complete the video editing task. So now these are some of the tasks which we have given over here. Next, let's try to find out, like we need to calculate the days, how many days is left from today. So for example, today is 18th August. So I want to calculate how many days is there for the deadline to complete these particular tasks. So what I'll do is I'll just try to go to the top, and then here let me have today. So I'll just try to select this, and then I'll say today. And here I'll just try to select this and say merge center. So this is going to be equal to, so today there's a formula called today, so which will give me today's date. I'll just try to get it. So we are trying to go and calculate how many days are going to be left for the deadline. So here I'm going to say is equal to if, and then I'll open the brackets. So if the deadline is going to be empty, so let's say if there's no value for that one, if it is going to be empty, I'll have no value, or else I'm going to do a small calculation over here. So that's nothing but my deadline minus subtracted by, we can say, the function today over here. Okay, so this is going to be the number of days. I'll just try to get it. So now when I press enter, so you can see I'm getting 1 day, 2 days, and then here 1 day, and then 12 days. So now I'll just try to completely flash fill this formula over here. So this is nothing but the days left from today. So for example, today is 18th. So that's why I'm getting here as 1 day. So 1 day is left. For this one, 2 days is left, and then for here again 1 day is left, and for August 30th, 12 days are left to complete this particular task. So easily we'll be able to know how many days are left with the help of this particular days from left column. Next, we'll try to create the priority. So here also I'll just try to insert a drop down. So I'll try to create a drop down over here, and then the first option is going to be low priority, and then the second option, let's say it's going to be a normal priority, and then it's going to be high priority. So these are the 3 priorities which I'm going to have. So I'll also try to completely flash fill this here, and then here let's say send an email to my manager. It is going to be high priority task, and then buy medicine. Let's consider this as low, like normal priority, and then hit the gym. Maybe I'll consider this as low priority, and then complete the editing work. I'll consider this as high priority. So these are some of the tasks over here. So I have all the priorities over here. So we can give more concentration to complete the high priority task first. So that's why we are having the priority column over here. So next I'll have the status. So whether what is going to be the status of the particular task. So to do this also, I'll just have a drop down. So it will be better for us to select. So first I'll have in progress. So next I'll have not started. And then next I'll have failed to do. And then last is we'll have done successfully. So these are going to be my different status. So let's say I'll just try to increase the column width over here, and then I'll have the status. So let's say this is not started still. So this is going to be 19. So I've not started this task still. So I'll just try to completely flash fill this. So here, let me say that the second buy medicines, it's again not started. So let's say hit the gym is also not started. Let's say the other video editing is in progress. So let's say that's going to be in progress. So we are having the status over here. So whether we have completed the task or it's in progress or it's still not started, we can just try to manage it from here. So next is who is going to be the person in charge. Let's say you're trying to assign some works to some other people or your mom, dad, or any other, or in your office. If you're trying to maybe assign some tasks to some other people, you can have who's going to be in charge of that particular task. You can try to mention it over here. So let's say if you're going to be in charge, so let's say I'll just say me over here. Or else if you are going to, let's say, assign this task to somebody, then you can even give their names over here. So let's say, for example, buy medicines, let's say I'm going to assign the person in charge is going to be my father. And for all the other tasks, let's say I'm going to be the in charge. So I'm just saying me over here. So if you want to have a drop down for this, you can even create a drop down for this as well. And then if you want to have any comments for that particular task, you can just try to enter it over here. So for example, I have just set the task as send an email to the manager. So for what I need to send an email, I can just have that as a comment, like asking for leave on so and so day. Okay, so like this we can just have. So for which day we are asking leave for, just I want to send an email to my manager to ask for leave. So like that we can have the comments listed down over here in this particular comment section. So next I have the overdue status over here. So here we need to say whether this particular task is overdue or not. Okay, so that's the thing. So here we know that whether how many days is left, we are calculating over here. So with the help of this one, we'll just try to say whether it is overdue or not. So I'll say is equal to, so here I'm going to say is, and then since we are going to have some multiple conditions over here. So the first thing is that if this cell, okay, so if this cell, if it is going to be greater than 0, okay, so if it is going to be greater than 0, that means it is not due, right? So we can say it is not due. So I'll say if it is going to be greater than 0, then what we'll have is, we'll have it as not due in this particular column, comma. The next condition is that if this cell is going to be equal to today, that is nothing but if it is going to be equal to 0. So that means it is today, right? So if it is going to be equal to 0, then what I'll have is, I'll have due today. So how many tasks are due today? We can just try to find out from this. And then if this cell is going to be less than 0, so it can even go negative. For example, if you have not completed a particular task and it can go above the deadline, so that time it can go negative, right? So that time if it is going to be less than 0, I'll consider that as overdue over here. So this is going to be the condition. So and then I'll press enter. So you can see I'm getting this as not due. So I'll try to completely flash fill this. So you can see all these are not due in not due status, since I don't have any task which have completed like about which has passed the deadlines over here. So that's why I'm getting all these as not due over here. So like this, you can just try to create a task table and then maintain all your tasks with the help of this simple table over here. Now I'll go to the top and then I'll just try to create the dashboard for this, and the required graphs I'll create so that it will be easy for you to completely see what task is pending, how many tasks are pending, which are the high priority tasks. All that you'll be able to see it from the dashboard itself. So here first I have the today and what is going to be the today's date, and then next after that I'll just try to merge this one. So here I'll have how many overdue tasks are there. So since I want to actually focus more on the overdue and then complete all the overdue tasks, and below that one, let me try to have how many tasks are due today. Okay, so I'll just try to have that. So I'll try to merge center, and then here I'll merge center. So here I'll say due today. So how many tasks are due today? So I'll just try to completely select this, and then let's try to do the formatting. So I'll increase size. I'll make this bold, and also I'll make this center align, and I'll also try to draw the borders for this. So if I want to calculate how many is overdue, so the formula is nothing but I just need to count how many overdue is there from the overdue status column. So I'll say is equal to, so I'll say COUNTIF, and then the complete range, I'll just try to completely select it. So this is going to be the range, comma. So what I want to count is that whether it is overdue. So I'll say overdue over here, and then I'll close the brackets. So this is going to be the condition. So I'm getting it as 0 over here. So because there is no overdue task, we have it over here. So next is due today. So I'll say is equal to same. I'll use the COUNTIF formula. And then I'll open the bracket. So first I'll try to select the range over here, and then I'll give comma. Next is here I'll say it is due today. So how many due today is that? So I'll just try to select this. So here you can see I'm getting 0 due today. So in case if I try to go and change any one of the dates to different dates, let's say I'm going to change this to 18th August 2025, and then the due date is also going to be 18th August 2025. So I'll just try to change it. So here you can see it has changed. The days left has become 0, and this status has also changed to due today. And here you can see one task is actually due today. So with the help of this dashboard, you can find out how many tasks are due today and how many are overdue tasks easily over here. So I'll just try to highlight this, and then I'll just try to fill this with the color. So after that, we'll be creating some graphs. So like how many are high priority tasks, depending upon the status, we can try to have the task. So to do that, I'll just require some small tables. So first I'll try to create the priority table over here. So let's say, so for priority, I'll enter what are the different priorities we have. So like I have the high priority, then I have the low priority, next I have the normal priority, right? So these are going to be 3 priorities which I have. So here I will just try to create the count of how many tasks are there. Okay. So let's say I'll say is equal to, so COUNTIF, and then I'll open the brackets. So here I'll just try to go and select the complete priority. Okay, so I'll select this, and then here I'm going to give the word high. So the condition is nothing but whether how many high are there, I just need to count that. So here you can see I'm getting 2 high priority. So the first and the last task are high priority. Similarly, I'll just try to come and do for. So I'll say COUNTIF, and then I'll open the bracket. So first I'll completely select the range over here, comma, and then I'll give the condition. So it's going to be low. So I'll give it inside double quotes. So how many low priority I'll get? Similarly, I'll just try to do for the normal priority. So I'll select this and completely select it and give comma, and then normal priority. So you can see this is going to be the normal priority over here. So 2 high priorities, 1 low priority, and 1 normal priority. So next I'll try to create a graph for like what are the status. So I'll say status. So first I'll create a table, and then we can try to create the graph. So I'll have the status over here, and then you can have the not started. So what are the status we have? Like not started, and then you can see we have in progress, failed to do, done successfully. So in progress, and then failed to do, and then done successfully. So here also I just need to have the count. So I'll say is equal to, so COUNTIF, I'll open the brackets. So this is going to be the range. I'll completely select this. So first is not started, and I'll close the brackets. So you can see 3 not started. So now I'll just try to come and do for the in progress. So here in progress is equal to COUNTIF. I'll open the brackets. So I'll just try to select the range over here. So comma, it should be in progress. So I'm getting this. So if we want to flash fill this formula, so what I can do is maybe I can just try to select I'll do the absolute formatting for the range, since the range is going to be the same, right? So I'll just try to do the flash filling for the range over here, and then I'll press enter. So I'll just try to flash fill this. The only thing which we need to change is that, so we need to change, it's going to be whether failed to do. So here I'll just change the condition to failed to do, and then here done successfully. So that is going to be, so I'll just try to go on change the condition to done successfully. So you can see 0 failed to do and 0 done successfully. So 3 tasks not started and 1 in progress task. So this is going to be the task over here. So similarly, we can also try to do for how many overdue status. For overdue status also we can try to do. So I'll say overdue status. So here we have not due. Next is due today, and then overdue. So this is going to be the 3 categories over here. So similarly here also we'll have is equal to COUNTIF, and then I need to just try to count. So I'll completely select this, and then I'll say not due. So next here I'll say is equal to, so COUNTIF, I'll open the brackets, select the range, and then here I'll say it's going to be due today. So due today is the condition, and the last is going to be overdue. So I'll say COUNTIF, open the bracket, select the range over here, comma, and then overdue inside the quotation. So this is going to be the overdue status over here. So now let me try to create the graph. So first I'll completely select this, and then let me go and insert the chart over here. So let me have a column chart for this. So I'll just try to keep this chart over here. So we have the priority and how many number of count. Now I'll just try to have the chart title over here. So the chart title, I'll have priority. So this is going to be the priority. We'll have it over here. And then I can also go and change the color theme to our particular color theme. So this theme, I'll just change it. So here we have the priority, like 2 tasks are there, high priority and 1 low priority and 1 normal priority task. We have it. So next I'll try to go for the status. So I'll completely select this, and then let me try to go and create a chart. So I'll say chart. So here we have the status. So with the help of this chart, we can easily see that how much is like not started and how many are in progress tasks. We'll be easily able to find out. So I'll just try to go and have the chart title. So the chart title is nothing but it's going to be the task status. So we have the task status over here, and then we can go and change the color. So according to our theme color, let's say we'll have this color for not started, and for in progress, we can have it in a different color. The blue color we'll have it. So like this, we can just have. So here you can find out 75% of the tasks are not started, and in progress tasks, you can see 25% is in progress task. So this is going to be the graph for the task status. So next we can have the graph for what is the overdue status. So I'll completely select this, and then I'll go and insert the chart over here. So I'll try to go and change the chart to a column chart. So here is my chart for that. So I can have the title of the chart as so overdue status. So I'm having, and also I'll go and change the color to a different color. So here you can see like 3 tasks we have which are not due, and then 1 task which is due today, and no overdue task. So we can easily see this completely with the help of these graphs. So this is how you can create a simple to-do list tracker. So where you can list down all your tasks, and then you can even have whether it's going to be work related, all these tasks you can add it, and then you can have the start date, end date, and how many days is left from today. So you can also have the priority for the task and what is going to be status for each relevant task. And then at last, we can even find the overdue status for the task, and we can have all these things easily. You can just see with the help of these 3 different important graphs over here. So if you wish to download the to-do list tracker template, I have given the link of this complete template in the description. Please do check it out and you can download it from there. I have created multiple templates to track your productivity and lifestyle. Like to-do list tracker, I have created multiple templates like your habit tracker, your family meal planner, travel planner, like this many planners and trackers I have created. So if you wish to use these templates, you can visit my website plrduck.com and then you can try to download it from there. So all these templates are available in both Google Sheet and for Excel. It also comes with master resale rights and commercial rights, where you can try to edit these templates as per your wish and then share it with as many people you like. I hope you would have liked this video. Do like and subscribe my channel for more such content. Thanks for watching this tutorial. I'll see you in another Excel or Google Sheet tutorial.